It is, but maybe it doesn't like that. Is it meant to show up? Yep. Well, there's I have yeah, well, I have low pressure. Yeah. Right. Checking up.
G'day everyone, that's really loud. I'm going to have to put it all the way out here. Nah, I'll just turn it down.
Set out for you later, Tom.
All right, now that's not even loud enough, I'll just yell. G'day everyone, welcome to the September edition of the AWS user group. Who notices something different about the user group? Cool, thank you. So we've made a few changes. If you were here at our last kind of retrospective of the user group, we did a little bit of thinking and really soul searching about what we wanted to be and how we wanted to run. And we've actually come up with something pretty cool. So before we get into Tom and Linda's presentation today, really want Seb to come up and share with us.
Cool. Hello, everyone. So we are incorporated as a non-profit organization. We have an official name, nicely spelled out, otherwise abbreviated, never to be said like that again. Now, with a society comes a purpose. And this is what we, in our first committee meeting, decided would be our purpose. So building the next generation of AWS professionals, inclusive of everyone, career progression and job matchmaking, quite an important one, and promoting excellence in the development of AWS solutions. So all about that knowledge sharing. These are the 4 points that are going to define what we do. We have needed 15 members, so we went out and searched for 15 co-founders, and lo and behold, we found them. So we've had a group of really committed people who have come along to a number of different meetups and actually been prepared to sign their name away to make all this reality. So, you know, well done. Thank you, everyone. And to sign the deal, we each committed $50 and we got a t-shirt in return. So it was a good deal. So everyone who's got a t-shirt, everyone in here got a t-shirt. So hopefully you see everyone around that has a t-shirt. Hopefully everyone was able to make it. The intention is certainly to make swag available for everyone. So pens, cups, you name it, t-shirts, hats, stickers, it's going to all happen. All right, we needed to come up with rules. Like any incorporated company, you have to have rules. However, with a non-profit as an incorporated society, it's a little bit different because there's no directors as such. There's no board of directors. Instead, we have a committee. So if you're curious, you can go look at the rules. These are the rules that everyone signed off on that are going to govern us as a non-profit organization. And with that, I'm going to hand over to Gretchen.
Hello, everyone. So we also have crafted a very neat branding scheme. So we have logos, we have colors, we have a font, we have a typeface as well. And this is what the logo will be for our city, right? So the idea is that the community will be built for the entire country, and we invite all the cities to also participate. We have been in contact with the Oakland chapter, we've been in contact with the Christchurch chapter as well, and we invite any other cities to participate in this joint community, right? And it's not only that, we have also updated our meetup webpage. It's in the link below here. And the link now has the branding, it has the color set, the typeface, everything is in there. The cool thing is, since we have Meetup Pro, we can see some trends about the community. Like, for example, the growth of the memberships. We have been accepting new members pretty much every day. We also have been seeing a constant growth as we articulate and engage with the community through Meetup, right? The RSVPs have also grown exponentially since the post of the September Meetup. The idea is that we will do our best to find speakers and venues to present at least on a monthly basis, at least once per month. And the idea is to make it every Tuesday. And we engage the community. We ask the community to look for us, anyone with a shirt, to propose things you would like to share with the community, presentations, cool things you have been doing, new technology you have experienced it so far. We really encourage you to come to us and get a space here to share what you've been doing so far, right? But it's not only that. We also have a YouTube channel. And guess what? What we're doing here is being live streamed on YouTube. Oh, yeah. So this is being live streamed on YouTube, and you'll be able to see it live if you can't be here, or you can rewatch and see our awesome explanation as well. But it's not only that. We also have a Slack channel. The Slack invite link is below, and the Slack channel also has the branding. And I'd like to point out how clever we did this, because the call type is inverted and it also works. It's great, right? And we also have a LinkedIn webpage, and the idea is to use those channels to communicate and engage with the community in different sorts and ways. So maybe what you do here, what you present here, can be shouted back to you in a community of your preference, being that Meetup or LinkedIn or YouTube, you name it, or even Facebook. Yeah, we have one. So yeah, we are trying to be as pervasive as possible. We're trying to get into lots of different channels in order to meet our goal of reaching up to 5,000 users in New Zealand, right? And finally, to collate all of that, we also have a website, right? And the idea is to also use the website to engage with the community and to get feedback and to share materials and presentation links and GitHub repos and what else we will use here and the community will use here to present and to talk, okay? And yes, I guess that's me. Thank you so much for your time, Scott.
Sweet. Thank you. So we're super excited, and obviously through that retrospective, there were a whole lot of things that came out of that we wanted to do. Things like community days and hackathons and stuff kind of over and above what a presentation format is. And we kind of realized that we needed to set up a framework for that to happen. So that's the committee. And now to kick us off in our kind of first rebranded, I guess, presentation, I'd like to invite Tom Cully to come up and talk about his view on digital transformation.
Hey, Tom.
Cheers, sir.
Thanks, Scott. Just get into this here.
Look how seamless this is.
Yeah, absolutely. We're well practiced.
Let's go.
It is on.
Oh, I
You don't need to
turn it down real low.
That's
Try it out.
Let's just see.
Dulcet tones of Tom Cully.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. Okay, well, this is kind of your official sort of trigger warning right here, right now. We're going to be kind of talking about some stuff which is maybe a bit dark, a bit kind of spiky. So we're going to try and keep it light. This is avoiding the scam economy. innovation, not disruption. It's actually just not disruption, but we'll get to that. You'll see what I mean. The scam economy. Let's just talk about what that is. It's kind of something we've been talking about in the past couple of months, maybe the past year, and it's kind of by definition the normalization of unethical practices in business, and it's actually beyond kind of business. We see it in politics, we see it in sales, we see it in everything. This idea that you can kind of not provide value, or that you don't need to provide value, that you can just kind of do things and people can give you stuff and you don't actually really give them anything back. You can see it as when we stop asking ourselves, how can we innovate and provide value? And we start asking, what can we get away with? How can we kind of like just get into people's heads and get them to give stuff without us really giving them anything back, any sort of value? There's examples of it kind of everywhere, and this is well beyond technology. You could see it as it's when we promote things which we know are substandard, things which we know won't actually solve a problem, things which don't provide any value to somebody, or things which we know aren't quite what maybe we're selling, things which won't work, or things which don't work particularly well. I mean, I don't know if anyone recognizes the photograph in the back of that, but we'll get to that one in a second. It's when we forget that perception isn't the only thing that matters. It's when we say that maybe our optics aren't actually the truth, that there has to be something behind it. It's when we start to believe our own press and our own spin. It's whenever we don't have substance behind what it is that we're kind of doing, and maybe we don't care. It's the thing about that is that it's inauthentic, and that is a question of personal integrity and business integrity and ethics. When we compromise our integrity at the expense of other people, that's when this is the scam economy. That's really what it is, and it's the normalization of these practices. The idea that these are everywhere and it's okay, that really is what I'm talking about here. When we use lies and propaganda to promote our products and our ideas and our ideologies, that's when we're doing it deliberately. That's when because this can happen accidentally. It can happen by people not even knowing. They're just kind of trying to maybe sell too much or take too hard, or they're trying to exaggerate. But it moves over at some point to when you know that what you're doing isn't right. What you're doing is exploiting people, scamming people, and that is the lies and propaganda. That's when you're actually doing it kind of directly. So what's that got to do with technology? This is all, we see this in the world. It's kind of everywhere. I'm not saying that everyone's bad people now, but it has become kind of normalized, it seems, in the past 10 years. In technology, and this is a trigger warning bit, it tends to happen whenever we shoehorn popular technologies or emergent technologies into places where they're not going to be useful to people. Whenever they're not fit for purpose, so they don't actually solve a problem. As a friend of mine said to me, and I'm going to single out one technology here, when all you have is a blockchain, everything looks like a distributed ledger problem. When you are working with AI, no one needs an AI-powered toaster. And if you're selling machine learning and artificial intelligence in that sort of way, for things which will not actually help people, then you're kind of part of this. And the problem is that, we're technologists, we get excited about things, we want to get up and do stuff. When we have brilliant new things like blockchain and machine learning, which are wonderful, coming out, the problem is sometimes we get carried away with our own enthusiasm. We sort of think, right, well, I can use this for everything. And that's kind of a problem. We can tip over into this idea that just because we can use it, that we should. And then the thing is that kind of, I don't know about you guys, but I like paying my rent. Or I don't like paying my rent, but I like to have the money to pay my rent. And the thing is that means that you need to get money for it. And if you're doing stuff with exciting technologies, the temptation sometimes is to kind of make them work for a problem, and they become a solution in desperate search of a problem. and you're shoehorning them into problems where they don't actually make sense. You know, this idea of being able to disrupt industries, this idea of innovation, being able to disrupt stuff, I mean, that's a great idea. You can get fantastic things out of disruption with innovation. But I would argue that when you just have innovation and it's not useful, then you're trying to disrupt in such a way which is not valid. Disruption without innovation is toxic. Now, that is actually bad for everything. It's bad for the technologies involved. Whenever people see things like augmented reality, machine learning, blockchain being used in things which are kind of really obvious where they don't fit, that erodes the trust in those technologies. It erodes the valid uses of those technologies. And the problem is that we are experts. We're global experts. What we do is in everyone's life, everywhere in the world. There is nobody who isn't touched by technology in some way. There is no real person on the planet now who technology isn't in their life in some way. And if we do this, it erodes their trust in us. Now, the issue with that is that we're representative of something which is much larger. We're representative of experts in general, people who really know what they're doing, people who have studied, people who practice, people who are craftspeople, people who are trying to do something true, something real. And the issue with that is that that moves on to scientists and experts in general. And in small ways, we're actually contributing to everything from the anti-vax movement to climate change denial. That seems pretty hard-hitting, but it's true. In small ways, if people are able to bullshit about these technologies and actually get away with it, we're eroding trust in experts overall. Anybody triggered? Good. So that's kind of the dark side of it. That's kind of the warning, as it were. Let's talk about how we can make it right, how we can kind of do something which is more useful. I would argue that there's this concept of true innovation, as opposed to innovation which we're trying to sell. True innovation means lasting change. It's not fads, it's not fashions, it's not stuff which is just exciting and cool to work with. It's technology or ideas or processes which actually produce lasting changes in our world, which actually make things better for people overall. There's more to that. We could say that some of the qualities of true innovation is that true innovation is the character of quality and durability and scalability. That it's not something which is just going to be there for a while and then work or not. It's something which is going to be long term. It's something which is going to be respected as technology, which is of proper quality. It's going to be something which scales, something which doesn't just work locally, but something which works maybe even globally. The products which we could say are true innovation, or the services for true innovation, should have these qualities. It's also, whenever we start saying that true innovation solves real problems and provides real solutions, that whole a solution in desperate search of a problem. You know, true innovation identifies real issues in the world and actually takes a stab at solving them. It doesn't just try to make money out of people or try to, find a way to get them to pay for something which they don't need. True disruption provides real value to people. It's something which people can actually use, something which changes their lives for the better. The other thing is as well, that because we are experts, we have a responsibility, and we have a responsibility not to exploit people's ignorance. True disruption does not exploit people's ignorance. We don't need people to be stupid or gullible to buy stuff, to use our technology, to use our innovations. We shouldn't need any of that sort of thing, and if we have to, then that's kind of different. True disruption improves quality of life. It is something which, when it gets out there, can actually make the quality of life better for every single person who is touched by it, every person who sees it. True disruption, simply put, makes the world a better place. So that's maybe the light side of it. That's maybe what we should be doing. How do we, as technologists, as experts, as leaders, how do we make sure that we're not part of this scam economy, this problem? I mean, first and foremost, don't be part of the scam economy. The first step to avoiding it is don't do it yourself. And the problem is, like I said, we're technologists, we're creative people. We get excited about things, and sometimes we lose sight of the fact that just because we're excited about something doesn't mean that we should just use it everywhere. You know, there's questions you can kind of ask yourself, because it can be difficult sometimes to, you know, be in a situation where you might be part of this problem and you don't know that you're part of the problem. And I argue that we should kind of ask ourselves on a regular basis, you know, whether we're doing things right, doing things properly. And there's a couple of tips. You know, if you find yourself lying or exaggerating to sell yourself or your product or service, then you're part of the problem. You know, if you find yourself called out in a falsehood or worried about being called out in a falsehood, if you're like, oh shit, people might find out about me, you know, then you're part of the problem. You know, if you find yourself using inappropriate technology to try to solve a problem, or worse, trying to market inappropriate technology to solve a problem, you know, for profit or your margins, or, you know, even just to look good, then you're part of the problem. Because you're not actually solving a real issue. You're using something which you know will not work, or you're using something, you're trying to sell something which you know will not actually help people or improve people's lives. So that's kind of the don't do that. The second part is don't enable it. Don't be a fast slave, don't be a gullible idiot. It sounds really simple, but the truth is that, you know, we can't all be experts in everything. One of the reasons why this group exists is so we can share knowledge, we can share expertise amongst ourselves. We can make sure that we help each other, and we help each other in areas we don't know a lot about. We can remind each other that silver bullets just don't exist. There is no one technology or innovation or anything which is going to solve all of your problems. And if someone's trying to sell you something which looks like it does, then you need to remember that if it's too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. And that's something which I think even now, even in 2019, even amongst people like ourselves, and you know, we're constant learners, we're always students. And we respect that, and we hold each other to account, but sometimes, you know, we need to remind each other, here, you know, that new thing you're looking at, have you really looked at it? Because I had bad experiences. We can swap this knowledge, we can do this thing, we can hold each other to account. Speaking of holding people to account, you know, don't tolerate shit. It sounds easy, but it does actually happen all the time. You commit to a technology, you commit to an ideology, you commit to a framework or a process or a company or a vendor, and it turns out that they've kind of sold you a lemon. The stuff which they've promised isn't happening, or isn't happening as well as you would like it to. It turns out that the product is maybe of poor quality, or the service being provided is not, you know, what you were really sold it was going to be. And we go, okay, well, I'll just deal with that. And we shouldn't. We should hold them to account. We should say, no, you're full of shit. This isn't working. This doesn't work like you said it would. It doesn't solve my problem, and I need you to do something about it. We shouldn't just, you know, hold our own that way. We should hold them to be accountable as we hold ourselves, and we should, as accountable as we hold each other. So that's kind of the lesson, you know? Avoid the scam economy by not being part of it and not tolerating it when you see it. It's kind of short, kind of preachy. Stay ethical and avoid the scam. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Any questions for Tom? Probably could talk all night, all evening on that.
Yeah.
I would say. Do you need a mic?
I don't know. My voice is quite loud sometimes, but can we plug this in?
What do you need? HDMI. Okay. Give you this and this.
You got a clicker? Or? Oh, I don't need a mic.
Let's do this.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
Do you need a mic?
Maybe I do need a mic now.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I'll put these things out of the way. I spent so much time setting up Z and making sure the Wi-Fi is working, our hotspot's not as strong as we would like it to be.
Yeah, so I'll let you set up. Part of the reason we are wearing these t-shirts is so you can come in and talk to us during the pizza and the drinks, and to come and talk to us and really challenge us to build a better community. So if you've got ideas, if you've got better ways of doing things, come and talk to us. If you've got any questions about AWS, or you want to talk technical, or talk, you want to come talk to us, we're wearing these t-shirts. So next up, we've got video from Accenture, and there's an exciting machine over there that kind of looks like a really cool science experiment. Is it explosive?
It's not.
Yeah, it's good. So,
Sorry.
how's your plug stuff?
Not good. Sorry, I'm not.
Okay, we'll go. It's USB-C.
Do that. I don't present that much.
USB. Are you on the Wi-Fi on that as well?
No, I'm not on the Wi-Fi. Can I get on the Wi-Fi?
That's VGA one.
VGA.
Oh yeah,
Can you get on
pretty
Wi-Fi?
old stuff. I'll get on Wi-Fi. Let's just do that.
Cool. So let's take a 5-minute break and have a yarn. Go annoy these people and come back in 5.
Look to your right.
Oh yeah, we do. Go see.
So financially, it's beautiful. But think about it. It's just not like a crash. Of course you can. You want to it's just small
What I
line.
said,
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll be right back. Chris. Content engine. Conference with us about the 6 months.
The solution architecture.
Yeah.
Are you still there?
Yes, I am. Yeah. So David's still there. Yeah, we're in generation now. Most of the rest of the team are gone. So Jay Stree's gone. Jay Stree's gone.
That's surprising.
She's at Seed. Mark Swan.
What's your role in
I work in we've done infrastructure, some places about the infrastructure teams. Our team is basically AWS.
You've got SAP onto AWS.
Most of what we have in here is now on AWS. So like Sphere, Oracle, how much of this is so we've got a little bit.
So you're responsible as well.
I'm on the committee, yeah. Yeah, so it's like most of the power generation, obviously.
So you've got quite a bit of AWS.
In terms of what AWS was used, yeah. So we're mainly EC2, EC, ES. We've got we got a gateway engine for our customer APIs, like web stuff like that. So we can do data lake out on yeah, stuff like trial.
So I forget how correctly.
Yeah, we're mainly
How many institutions?
I should know this. What is it? 200 something.
Discovery, how you monitoring and managing
Application integration is what you're
well, no, operational. How you
for the infrastructure, we're information and so forth. Of course, these are not change the time of year. Just change stuff. We had a meeting the other day. For some reason, it's so much stuff on that. So we are. There's only so far you can go.
Just bear with me.
Big move, which obviously was doing challenging.
How was that transition?
Challenge because proven motion in APO talent not left for about 6 months. Some stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's it. So there's 3, and the only one is that it's a bit of a challenge.
Is there still a solution architecture practice? That was sort of old. Yeah, the name ring.
Yeah.
It's IT manager.
No, he was like that up the He's got like
Well, I'm on the Wi-Fi.
to the enterprise architecture. Yeah, it's kind of.
So is it the vendors pretty much doing the application?
Most application. Details. Not running one pro, actually, WordPress completely gone. So we do that as well. A few other small apps. Most of the rest is still it's quite hard to do.
Yeah, I know. I remember it being quite long. I remember that there was quite a big EA Sparks environment that was trying to support maintain.
Yeah, well, that's kind of
No, that's what Dave was driving.
yeah.
Put off the accelerator on that one.
There's some good stuff, especially the business stuff.
Gone back to busy.
Yeah, well, with infrastructure, when you've got more apps, how deep you can get across.
Well, exactly, can't. Especially with the turnover of people.
So you sort of
No, about 2 years ago. I started a business that has a like that's sort of competitive to the EA Sparks modeling. And we've been working with BNZ and a number of other customers, mostly in the cybersecurity space, looking at traceability between what the business wants and the technology underneath that, and providing modeling. What's the problem? Yeah, so layered maps. It's an idea which was kind of formed out of the time. The structure, the thinking behind the architecture, but bringing it out of the technology layer and making it more successful. So the VAs sort of do a lot of the conceptual architecture.
Hello, can everyone hear me? Hi, I'm Linda from Accenture. Accenture is a large global system integrator. We have, 400,000 people around the world. And I'm really excited to be here because I have been doing AWS now for about 5 years. I've been coming to this user group. I probably know quite a few people or have bumped into you over time. Since it started, I'm really happy to be one of the Incorporated Society founders, if that's such a thing. Woo! And I'm really excited that I found such cool things to actually bring to the user group and show you. You may not need an AI toaster, but I think you need an AI drinks cocktail maker. Yeah, that's right. So Mixi is, right, if I touch my laptop and it goes blank, please don't worry, I'll work my way through. So, if I say Mixi is a she, I picked that up from one of my colleagues, don't be surprised, but Mixi isn't it at the moment. So what is Mixi? Mixi is a drink dispensing robot using serverless technology, all running on AWS. It's kind of cool. I think it's cool. So Mixi was not going to make any bartenders redundant, let me say. You've probably seen us trying to get Mixi up and working. We may have Wi-Fi issues, we may have little pump issues, because Mixi is also a great example of prototyping. Mixi was through design thinking, prototyping. As you can see, version 1 built in 30 days. Version 2, not sure how long that really took. And industrially designed, I think that's kind of one of my colleagues' loose speak, really, let me put it that way. So, what is Mixi is a serverless app, design process, or design thinking, as I mentioned. Now, processing, what we do with prototyping, we go through the whole process. We get a team together, various teams. This is the time for your diversity and inclusion, because diversity and inclusion, because this is the way we get all the different ideas. We get everyone in the room, we come up with the different ideas, human-centric thoughts for the product. What do our customers want? What cocktail makeup, of course. That's probably the first idea that came out. And as you can see, I think they spend about 80% of their time actually thinking what drinks to make out of it. We talk about the problem, we come up with a solution, and we prioritize what we think are the priorities. We come up with the ideas, no matter how crazy our ideas is. We do that post-it note thing where we come up with all the ideas. We then say, well, some of these are great, some of these, if we did it this way, what else could we do? With the ideas, we also build on each other's ideas, no matter how silly they are. Sometimes someone will go, well, we can't do it that way, but we can do it this way. We get inspired by those ideas. We make it, we design it, and we build it. And we come up then with the software to make Mixi. Now, Mixi was actually a collaboration between Altitude, a design company owned by Accenture, and Liquid Studio. Now, Liquid Studio is a division within Accenture. There's one in Sydney, there's one in Boston, there's one in Dublin. Around the world, we have quite a few of these centres. And what Liquid Studio do is that they do the rapid application development. So for customers who want virtual reality, say for training social workers in the US on how to deal with those difficult conversations, those difficult interviews with family members, through to robotics, not even more glitzy and glamorous than Mixi, through to other ideas in helping our customers come up with new ways of innovation, new ways to change either a product, a process, or any challenge that they bring. So they do the rapid application development, they do all the cool coding and everything like that. They consider themselves the cool kids in town, really, and it, would be great if we had one. So once you've finished this process, you come up with the product. Minimal viable product, yes, but minimal lovable product. The one that we want our customers to actually use. The next iPhone or, I'm not going to claim that fame, but it is something that we want people to love and go, oh, that's kind of cool. So when you come up with this prototyping, what do? You release version 1, which may not go so well sometimes. And I mean, if I go back to the pictures of Mixi, we've got the pictures of the, this one, I couldn't make up my mind, this one's cute as well. Version 1 of Mixi, you see great pictures, upside down bottles, all very neat and tidy, all glitzy and glamorous. But the thing about Mixi is it uses AWS services, which comes to the Raspberry Pi, right, on the back of the device, which then controls the peristaltic valves on how much liquid to suck out of the bottles and into your drink. The thing is, when you turn the bottle upside down, you seal it completely, and you're sucking stuff out, what's going to happen? It's just going to be like, okay, it's the pressure thing. So it sometimes may not have gone so well. So I think we have exceeded 2.1, or we're even thinking about 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, because we've got ideas. And not just about putting QuickSight in front of it or Sumerian, to show, or QuickSight would be good, show how many people, want the Polly's Punch or the Alexa's Revenge or just the straight orange juice. And then we can know, stop tape, we can quickly run and fill those up. But also Sumerian, you could put in front of this, have a digital presence showing what drink would you like when you talk to Alexa. Now, I mentioned Raspberry Pis. How many people have a Raspberry Pi languishing in the drawer, dusty, that they thought was really cool but haven't used yet? Yeah, so this is some ideas maybe for your Raspberry Pi. And this is a shout out to Raspberry Pis, which controls Mixi. As you can see, Raspberry Pis are kind of cool little devices, and they're actually being used everywhere from the International Space Station to secure satellite comms. Don't ask me, I'm going to be private. But there's also something called AstroPi. I don't know if anyone knows. There's a couple of Raspberry Pis on the space station, and that is to let school kids actually upload projects and everything for people to, on the space station to try out. It's kind of cool. Antarctica. They're using Raspberry Pis to IoT devices and cameras to monitor penguin numbers. In Borneo, they're doing very similar things to listen to the biodiversity or lack of biodiversity that's found after the forest deforestation happens with palm trees and palm oil. There's also volcanoes in Hawaii being monitored by Raspberry Pi devices, which are that was developed by some students in Hawaii. And Fukushima, they've developed very low-cost robots to clean up Fukushima using Raspberry Pis. So that's my shout-out to Raspberry Pis. So, what you're really here for, the architecture. This is what, as a solutions architect, I love to see. Now, there's a couple of ways you can access Mixi, and you can order a drink. And that is to order via the website. So the website is a statically hosted S3 website fronted by CloudFront, good practice, Cognito, sign in, and API gateway. This goes through, the order goes through to Lambda, which goes to AWS IoT, which then sends it to that lovely Raspberry Pi I've been talking about. We used to have Arduino. Now it just goes straight in and makes you your drink. And I think we have the iPad. Is the iPad working? Cool. We can even order a nice drink. So that is the first way you can order it. So being CloudFront, content delivery network, we could have that anywhere. I could have my colleagues in London order me a drink. It's one of those, and it makes me think about, I don't know if you've watched The Big Bang Theory, one of my favourite comedies, going, great, somebody in Finland is turning my lights on. That's the kind of system you could actually do if you did want to. The other way to order is, of course, via Alexa. And you might have noticed I've had problems with, we've got a little Wi-Fi hotspot from Spark, and I think we kind of wanted to put Alexa somewhere separate so that everyone could order the drink and then come over and so we might turn the table around when we bring it on. But I put Alexa on the BNZ Wi-Fi just because it's playing out. So again, natural language processing through Alexa. Alexa voice services goes through to the Lambda. We can have a Nest camera set up. And the Nest camera then does the facial recognition. So MixE was first used in reInvent 2017, and it's kind of ideal for 2-3 day conferences or a whole day long thing, because then it will remember you and said, did you want another Stormy Cloud? Which is the whiskey and Coke, by the way. So that uses the facial recognition to remember you and give you your drink, increase your customer experience, for example. So DynamoDB, of course, stores we actually just store the images in DynamoDB. They're very small. We only keep them for 2 days, for example, or a day is configured. We don't keep them very long, and we don't take people's details. So you're not telling Alexa your name or anything, but it is just an image. We don't have this here today, because for the amount of people, I don't think we're going to get through everyone, and you may just want to get another drink somewhere, or and then try and see. The drinks are over there on key, and then come and watch people order off MixE. Quite welcome to. We will be topping up the different bottles. So again, going through to from Lambda through to AWS Internet of Things, through to the Raspberry Pi, through to the peristaltic valves that suck the liquid out and put them in your drink. Now, peristaltic valves are really used for fluids. You can get medical grade valves and systems, apparently, which we might think about when we're replacing. Unfortunately, one of our pumps is burnt out. And it's one that does cranberry. And I'm not saying it's, someone who likes vodka cranberry, maybe had burnt it out, but I can confirm nor deny. So Alexa so that's the whole architecture together, both of them. So Alexa, I think, is pretty cool. It is a serverless application made to bring you a cocktail. What a perfect way of developing technology. As I said, it is not replacing any bartender. This is a conversation starter. This is something to get our customers talking about the best way, the technology, how we can do things quickly, how we can do the fail fast, which is why we appreciate cloud services. And really, I'm not quite sure what else to say. I mean, all that's left is really, oh yes, there is one more thing to say. Just for the people who want to see the back, we've numbered the valves because then it's easy for us to kind of figure out. The Raspberry Pi is up there. The valves of control down there. But it's not as pretty as the LED lights that we've actually installed as a strip, which do absolutely nothing but make it look cool. So, now as I said, we have 2 ways. I was going to do a demo and we could order a drink of that. But firstly, we need to actually put a cup up. I know, but the cup's full, right? Okay. So let's check this is working. Right. Cherry fizz, anyone? That's grenadine and ginger ale. Grenadine is not cherry syrup, much like my American instructions told me. It's pomegranate syrup. So we fill it with ice. It won't be a huge drink, but hey, this is not going to get you drunk. This is just to show you the technology. So that's ordered via the website, which is our backup, just in case Alexa doesn't work. Sorry, Steve, go. So the recipes are stored on the Raspberry Pi itself, and we can adjust the volume which I must confess we did adjust the volume yesterday. Thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa, the cloud architect from Accenture. We down the whiskey, I'm sorry, and the vodka. It was set to 35% and it was actually blowing our minds because some of the valves are good, some of the valves are not so good, and sometimes they tend to, I think, work better than other times. So yeah, we took it down to 20% just to try it out. So the recipes are actually on the Raspberry Pi, but you can configure, there's various things we do. So we run a JavaScript on the Raspberry Pi. So that's the cherry fizz. There's Dan, I know you're dying to try out. So what we do is you launch the Mixie skill, and then we have recipes on the back of here, which I've had to edit because it means no cranberry, so we can't get lightning leg, silly robot, or Polly's punch. Now, if you want to know actually what's in them, you can actually check out the website, but we do have them listed here as well. And we have, I think, 6 with alcohol and 7 alcohol free. And then, as I said, you can be the guinea pig, please. Is it still the current one? Is that the right one? Yeah. So go over. So we've put Alexa over there. Now I took Mixie to Girls on STEM. We actually hosted Girls on STEM at Te Papa Friday a week ago. Yeah, Friday a week ago. And honestly, yes, no. I did not put the vodka in the whiskey in. No. But Girls on STEM was an initiative that we Accenture sponsored, and we got a whole group, about 6 or 7 intermediate age girls, to come to Te Papa and learn some cool technology, really. They got to play with VR, they got to make a solar-powered car, and Mixie was extremely popular for something called the Lemon Shadow, which is Coke lemonade. Coke lemonade, that's all they wanted. Some of them wanted fruit juice, but we do have a lot of fruit juices there. And go.
So, Alexa, launch Mixie.
What can I make for you?
Stormy cloud.
While I am preparing stormy cloud drink, would you like to know a joke or a fun fact?
Yes.
How do you befriend a squirrel? Just act like a nut.
Okay, so the jokes aren't good, but some of the girls actually like the jokes. They were kind of more Christmas cracker jokes. Does anyone else have any questions?
How long does it take to do the architecture and front code?
So, yeah.
Not so much the nuts and bolts, but the actual.
Yeah, that was a month to prototype to get the code done, and I think somebody else built it. I don't know that actually, how many people, but yeah, it took a month to get ready, and then I think, I'm not sure if they took Mixie 1 to AWS reInvent, or if they took it, some improvements, but yeah, it's prototype this month. Anyone else?
Where does the queuing of requests happen?
The queuing of requests, well, the Lambda does put those requests through. If we have more requests, they do tend to run in at the Raspberry Pi end. You can have 7 pumps running all at once. What I do normally is I prime the pumps, and that's actually one thing as well I was going to say tonight is I normally prime the pumps, make sure they're all working, but we have some Wi-Fi issues, so if we have some strong drinks, some not so strong drinks, then it might be depending on whether the pump, I have to kind of like fiddle with it and make sure it's working. So yeah, if people order too quickly one after the other on Alexa, it will run into each other and you're like swapping them over and the drinks will mix up. So yeah, there is a little bit of things, but I think we can probably work on there. So what do you think, apart from the ice?
It's delicious.
There you go. How can we go wrong? Any other questions? Otherwise, I'm willing to help you queue up and try it out. and watch it, and we'll get some ice and some cups and get some people. But I do recommend having some pizza because I'm hungry myself, but grabbing a drink and and just don't rely on mixing for your drink. As I said, it's not the fast. And if we want to get through everyone, it's going to take a few hours. Yeah, please.
Everyone grab some pizza and some drinks there, and also drinks there.
Thank you so much for having me. To be honest, I don't present very well.
Are you busy?
Yeah.
You're here. Are you? Yeah. I guess
It's kind of neat, and you see it's fun, but it's not conversation. I mean, I'm going to say, what else can we do with facial recognition?
So it's like upfront versus, I want to see the Sumerian interface.
I know, that's what I want to do. I'm like, it's Sumerian in front of it.
It's an excuse for an issue. I don't often see
So they intended to have it as well as around. But because the round they can use the right I know they can problem, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, like they're gonna be charging in the race. I don't know much about it. I'm not sure how they decide. I just like exactly. You'll never be able to feel that thing. You'll never be able
You know what? One of the key things that someone said to me about Toastmasters one day was that if you really learn how to speak, people will put you in place and send you around the world. Just because yeah, so it's different from one public speaker competition worldwide, and nobody wants to listen. So you start wasting your time. That's fair. I'd rather you train yourself or leave like that as well. I have a musician. Yeah, the ratio being yeah, I mean, right away. AWSUG were a big summit oh, there must be a cloud around here.
Feels like home, I love That's what I like about things.
Yeah, exactly. Just being yeah, I mean, experiments. Where we're building our so yeah, I mean, it's a great way of testing stuff and coming up with ideas, especially now that the cloud is starting to touch little devices like mouse and sensor. Yeah.
I'll wonder what I do my team.
Yeah, no, go for it. Yeah, no, nice talking to you. Just send me a text
No problem.
or whatever, and we'll get that.
Thanks very much. I'll speak to you soon.
Cheers.